Now, this is not on my notes, but I know that there's somebody in here thinking right now. I know it. I know it. Well, marriage works out for them. It just didn't work out for me. It seems like their marriage is so easy that they don't have any problems and that it's effortless. It's just like they can love one another and not, they just must be perfect people. No. God has taken His bucket of grace and has poured it out upon them. Well, parenting is hard and parenting for them is different for parenting. Parenting is hard for me. Parenting is easy for them, and they must just be perfect parents, have it all together, have all the right answers, listen to the right podcast. They just have it going on. No. They have got a bucket of God's grace being poured out upon them, allowing them to parent, and maybe you don't. Maybe it's not the fact that they've got all the answers and that they know what they're doing. Maybe it's just on their marriage God has poured a bucket of grace, and He didn't pour that bucket on your marriage. Would you all agree with me that it is obvious that there are some people who have more grace than others? I would say so. There are some people in here that are financially well-to-do. And we say, oh, well, they must have worked hard, and they may have. They must have saved their money. They may have. But they wouldn't have made a dime had it not been for God's grace. They wouldn't have been able to work for a minute had it not been for God's grace. And so it was God's grace, the bucket of grace being poured on them financially, God's grace being poured on them relationally, God's grace being poured out on them socially, God's grace being poured out on them spiritually, that we have the different people that look like things are effortless in their life. It just seems that they're effortless. Some of you in here, socially speaking, can make friends like that. And it's not because of your personality. It's not because of the podcasts that you've listened to or the books that you've read or the experiences you've had. It's because God has poured a bucket of grace on you to allow you to be able to make friends easily. And somebody who cannot make a friend to save their life looks across the aisle and goes, there's something wrong with me, and they've got it all together. No, you're missing it all together. They just have God's grace poured out upon them, and you don't.